Hey beauties, I'm back. So I'm here with a makeup tutorial, kind of get ready with me type of deal. Unfortunately, my camera did cut off midway, so I just want to apologize in advance for that. However, I want to just say hello to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for stopping by. To people who are just coming by, checking this video out, just hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. And of course, to my loyal subscribers, hello, I missed you. I love you all. I see you reaching out to me on Instagram. I love you guys. I hope you all are well. I'm doing much better. But if you guys are still interested in watching this half-ass tutorial, just keep on watching. Bye. Just gonna dab it. Now a little bit goes a long way. I just put 2 pumps. Some people only use 1, but I like more of a fuller coverage foundation. And I love the coverage on this. Does it make me oily? I know some people it does make oily. For me, it doesn't give me that effect so much. And I tend to oil up right in this area here and here. Usually the T-zone, just like anybody else. But this foundation really isn't, you know, it's not too bad at all. Gotta hide this little guy right here. I had a breakout and I don't know what I did, but it got so infected. It was so inflamed during the week, and now it's just lingering. So try not to. Took a break from makeup yesterday just to let it breathe and just put some antibiotic ointment on it just to get it from. It was like so red. It was terrible. But anyway. Alright, so that's the foundation. As you can see, it gives it a very nice look. I absolutely love it. Do recommend it. It is a little pricey. I can't remember if it was $38 or $48, but I don't wear it every day. It is medium to full coverage. It is oil-free, but for some reason it does give me that luminous effect. So what I do is I set it with a matte powder, and what I've been using lately and I've been loving is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder, and the shade I have is tan beige. And basically I just set around the neck area here just lightly. I don't put too much around the nose area because that's where I tend to lose a lot of my foundation, because I do have some nasal issues. And on the forehead, a little down here, just to get it so it doesn't oil up so much. I don't put much. This is pretty much it I use for just setting the foundation. The next thing I'm going to use is the Tarte Shape Tape, and the shade I have is in medium, which is, it's not like, it doesn't highlight, which is fine with me, but it does cover up my, you know, my issues here. So I just basically put a little here, slightly little here. I mean, you barely even notice it. And I just use my beauty blender just to, you know, blend it out a bit. I love this Shape Tape, not for nothing. I really do. There's a lot of mixed reviews. People like it, people hate it. I don't know. I really, really enjoy it. And it does the job. It truly does. Lasts me all day after I set it. And it just, you know, lifts up my eye area. Because I'm a mom, a wife. So you know, and with me being sick on and off with my nasal problems, I get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and then have to be at work at 8:30. So it becomes a little stressful when I don't get any sleep. Because it definitely shows on my eyes the next day. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this a little bit here. And I'm just going to use very little. I know I'm forgetting the top of my forehead. I'm going to get that now. Obviously, I don't put too much highlight on my forehead because, you know, it's as big as Mars, but it's okay. And I don't bake. I do crease. Doesn't matter if I'm using a creaseless concealer. I try not to bake too much, and I just pounced it in a lot, as you can see what I'm doing. A little bit of what I used was the RCMA No Color Powder, and just pack that in there, and it does the job. I mean, I do crease anyway. It is what it is. I'm getting older. I cannot help it. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to use, I am going to go ahead and just bronze my face a bit. And I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's the Cheek Parade. And I was watching them on Snap when they went over to Hawaii. I had to get it because it had all of these beauties in it. That's why. How could you not love this thing? I mean, it's gorgeous. The shades are perfect. The Hula Light really doesn't do much for me, but what I did use it for, if I have like a lighter foundation, it's a little too light for me, I use this to set it, and it matches my complexion perfectly. So I don't use that too much, but the regular Hula, I do use, and I've used all these other colors. I don't even want to touch the brush. I love the brush. I don't want to touch it. But let's go ahead and use Hula today to bronze up my face. And the brush I'm going to be using today is the Trish McEvoy number 37 bronzer brush, which is a dream. I love this brush. I just tap it in, get rid of the excess, and just work it into my cheek a bit. I do bring it up on my temples and into the forehead and to my hairline a bit, because my hair's thinning too, you know. Get those problems in your mid-30s, I guess, some, and hereditary. Just hope I don't lose all of it. Alright, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just work my way around. I really love this palette and highly recommend it. Just a little bronzing, that's it, nothing major. A little bit under the chin, because I got that double chin starting to happen. But it's all good, like I said, it's all good. Alright, what else did I need to do? Alright, so then I'm just going to go ahead, and do the blush a little later. I'm going to start on my eyes. And what I'm going to use to prime my eyes is the Essence I Love Stage. Oh, I don't know what the shade is, but there's two shades. There's a light one and a medium shade. So I use the medium shade one, and I love it. I just put a little on each eyelid, and I went too close on my eyelash, but it's all good. It's an MOTD brush, and I really love that line. And I just go ahead and set it. The name has worn off on my brush, and I apologize for that. Otherwise, I would tell you what I use. And I love using this because it does help with the shadow a lot. It doesn't crease either. And I think I paid $3 for it. So you can't go wrong with that one. And it was recommended by Desi Danger. She's another, she does a lot of Snapchat tutorials. She has a few, I keep saying sorry. She has a few videos on YouTube as well. She posts a lot on Instagram, and she uses this a lot. So what I do to set that, I do use my RCMA powder. I just put a little bit on my beauty blender and just dab it in. And I do bring that up to the brow bone a bit. And the same thing with the other side. Just to prevent it from creasing, because I do have extra skin on my eyelids. I do have extra skin on my lids, and hooded eyes, so they do crease a whole lot. And I'm trying different techniques to see what works for me. So I'm still in the process of seeing what works. Alright, so today I'm going to use the Manny MUA collaboration with Makeup Geek, because I have to go out in a little while, so I felt like this was like the appropriate palette to use today. Now, here's the palette. I know that they have a few of these left. They're damaged though. They're selling them for like $40, which is still not bad. It's a very good palette. So if you're able to get your hands on it, I absolutely would. It's worth it. All right, so what I'm going to start with is the more of the natural shade here that matches my skin tone on my eyelid, excuse me, and I'm going to be using a Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. Just going to bring that over to the brow bone as well, and it'll give it a nice base for the other shadows I'm going to put on top of that. I really missed filming. It's been a while for me. Okay, I'm going to bring this mirror just a little closer so I can see what I'm doing. I hope it's not in your way. Alrighty. Now, just put a little more here. Alrighty. This brush is so good. Oh, E40 by Sigma. Must have. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to start with is this middle one. It's called Sora. And with that same E40 from Sigma, I'm just going to go ahead and dab that in there, tap off the excess, and work it into my above the crease area. Now I do start a little higher because I do have hooded eyelids. So I need to start higher so you can see the shadow better. And I just go ahead and I work that in and blend that out. Very, very good. Bring it in a little bit with the excess, excuse me. What am I thinking of today? I'm going to go ahead and do it the other side. I don't know if you ladies have the same problem, the ladies and gentlemen, where you blend a lot better on one side than you do the other. For some reason, my left eye, I cannot blend as much as I can with my right. I don't know what it is. It's like defective. Okay. And I'm just doing a simple, I don't know what look I'm doing today. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to name this look, but we'll see at the end what it looks like. Okay. And use Mrz, which is the reddish shade here. And I'm going to use a Morphe M433 brush to go ahead and put that into my crease area. And this is a highly, highly pigmented burgundy red, so it does go on quite strong. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right in my crease area. And the outer V. Like so. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, how's that looking? What do you think? I think it looks kind of even. Like I said, this one always looks a little different than this one. But listen, I'm not striving to be perfect. Alright, so the next color I'm going to use, I'm going to darken that. I'm going to give it a little bit of definition, just a little bit. And I'm going to use the shade Aphrodite. Right, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Yes, Aphrodite. I'm going to use a small taper blending by Sigma to E45. Let me just show you. It's just a little, it's pointed at the top there, and it just gets right where I needed to get in. So lightly I tap it in because this is also highly pigmented shadow, and I lightly go in. I go in little bits at a time because of the pigmentation. It's easier to go in lighter with a darker color than go in heavy because you can fix, if you go in with a lighter hand, you know, when you put a little bit in, you can kind of fix that a bit more. Gonna go ahead, and it's so hard with hooded eyelids sometimes, I feel, but feather that out and bring it out to my outer V. Gives it a little bit of definition. at the end there. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Alright, so it's looking pretty much a bit the same. I think so. I hope so. Okay, and now the next thing I'm going to do is put a little bit more of, let me see what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a little bit of Shape Tape Concealer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to not so much do a cut crease, but kind of sort of like almost like a half cut crease. Now I don't do this very perfectly. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still practicing on this. But listen, like I said, I'm not perfect, and I'm going to go ahead and just do it on camera for you guys. And this is what I've been doing lately with other colors when I go to work, and just to kind of practice. So what I'm going to do is just take a Wet n Wild concealer brush, and I just tap it on the applicator from the Tarte Shape Tape. Take off the excess and just kind of carve out where I want to put the lighter shade, or the shimmer shade I should say. And this is how I do mine. And I'm going to go ahead and set it with that color Sora. I'm going to go ahead and set it with Sora. And I'm going to use the Eco Tools double-ended brush here to kind of just pack that on and tap it on. And all I'm doing is just setting it with that color before I apply the shadow that I want to put where I carved out. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and now put on my shimmer shade from the same palette, the Makeup Geek palette. I'm going to use Luna. And that's this shade right here. This top one here. And I'm going to go ahead and use a Morphe B16 to kind of go ahead and pack that in. Now I will be using some MAC Fix Plus to intensify that shadow a bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip it in. It is a foiled shadow, so you know how those work a lot better when they are wet. And I'm gonna go ahead and just pack that in. Right where I laid down the concealer. And just pack that in until I'm happy with the intensity. Now I'm going to have to go back with the darker shades on the corner just to darken, just to intensify those corners a bit more. But we'll do that as soon as I'm done with the other side. Okay, so there you have it. That's my, not finished yet. I still have some blending I need to do, and I need to add a little bit more color. All right, so now I'm gonna go back with the middle shade, which was Sora, because I kind of lost that transition shade a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bring that up again, just lightly, not too much. And again, this is a problem I face with having hooded eyes. I tend to lose some of that color once I start working on the lid a bit. It's okay, nothing I can't fix. Okay. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for that. You're going ahead and I'm going to take the shade Mars again very lightly, tap off the excess, and bring that back up into the crease area. Just a tad bit more. Okay. Lastly, I'm going ahead with my lash shade, and it's the Aphrodite, and this time I'm changing my brush to a Morphe B79. Tap that in. Alright, so I went ahead and did my eyebrows, and what I used today for my eyebrows, I used two things. I did use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate, and also the Dip Brow Anastasia Pomade Chocolate. So these two have been my go-to. I'm not too sure about the color. I think I need to go maybe soft brown or brown. I'm not sure yet, but I did use these two products, and I did carve them out just a little bit. No, they aren't the same, but as you guys know, eyebrows are not twins, they're sisters. In my case, they're cousins. So anyway, let's get down to it. So I went ahead and already primed, put some primer on my face. I'm going to go ahead and use the Born This Way by Too Faced foundation. And I have my Real Technique sponge, which I'm a huge fan of. Works just as good as the, what's that one called? The Beauty Blender, the original Beauty Blender. I'll just go ahead and pounce this in. Now I am multi-toned. I'm darker on my forehead than I am the rest of my face, so it's kind of hard sometimes to get it to match. I end up putting a bit more bronzer because the foundation looks very light on my forehead, as you guys can see, but it's nothing a little bronzer can't correct. Yeah, I'm going to drag this down to my neck a bit. So what I'm doing is taking a darker color and just kind of blending it with the lid just a little bit, just to make it come together. And I'm lightly doing that because I don't want to intensify the whole corner. I just don't want it to be too dark at the ends. So I just do a little bit at a time. And there you have it. So for the most part, the upper lid work is done. I just need to blend. Hold on. Alright, so my camera did cut off after I was filming the tutorial, which I do apologize for. But I'm going to go ahead and just explain what I did to complete the look and the products, the products that I did use. So for the lashes, I did put on a pair of Friends Beauty lashes, and they're very generic. They just come like this. With the lashes, they're just de-wispy in black from Friends Beauty, and I do have them coming up on my haul for eye mats. And then I also coated my lashes with the Maybelline Big Shot mascara. The mascara is in the shade black and also is waterproof. Very nice mascara. To finish off the lower lash line, I did use Sora, and I swept that across my entire lower lash line. I did use Mrz and went 3/4 of the way, and then lastly I did use Aphrodite just to smoke out the corners of my my lower lash line. And then I went ahead and used mascara. Like I said, I used the mascara on my upper and lower lids, eyelashes, excuse me. And then I went in with my Benefit Cheek Parade, and I used again the Hoola to kind of just deepen up my bronze just a little bit. California, just to just give me some cheek color, and it's very subtle, which I absolutely love, and it's great shade for spring and summertime. Then for highlight, I did use the Anastasia Glow Kit with the collaboration of Nicole Guerrero, and I used the two shades Forever Young and Glow Getter to just highlight my high points of my cheeks, just a little bit on my chin, tip of my nose, and a little bit on my forehead, and just a tad bit on my eyebrows. And then for lip color, I did use the Molly Cosmetics in the shade New, and you set my face with some MAC Fix Plus, and this is the outcome. This is what I came up with. So I do apologize that the camera did cut off. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I just hope it doesn't keep doing this to me. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Again, give this video a thumbs up, even though I know that it did cut off. I do apologize for that. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Can't wait to tell you what's next. I'm Matt's haul. Don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.